Secrets behind 5G. Bill Gates exposed. William Henry Gates III, more popularly known as Bill Gates, is an American business magnate, software developer, investor, and philanthropist. He is best known as the co-founder of Microsoft Corporation. I, for one, have always admired Bill Gates for his extreme generosity and philanthropy. He has been at the forefront of the fight against HIV and AIDS and has sponsored researches geared towards finding a cure or vaccine for the scourge. Our RBM, Rollback Malaria, program in Nigeria is majorly funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The foundation is also the major sponsor of the polio eradication program. His foundation also helps to subsidize the cost of retrovirals, and sufferers are able to get the medication free of charge from government hospitals. I said all this to make you realize that this man has done much good for humanity with his enormous wealth. Now, back to the subject of discourse. What is the connection of Bill Gates with COVID 19? Now, Bill Gates is at the forefront of developing a vaccine for COVID 19, and at the rate they are going, a vaccine might be produced by the middle of the year. Now, is finding a vaccine a bad thing? Not at all. My issue with this plan is how he intends to go about vaccinating people. Bill Gates aims to get every citizen on earth vaccinated against COVID 19, and not just that alone. The vaccination will come with a digital ID that can track an individual. Gates wants to replicate the South Korean national tracking system, saying, in situ, there are thousands of tests every day, but no one is linked to a national tracking system. And that if there is a successful test, it should be recognized. Bill Gates wants to use the COVID 19 vaccination process to introduce his quantum dots dye technology. These are bioimplantable capsules that have digital certificates which can show who has been tested for the COVID 19. Simply put, the vaccines will come in the form of digital capsules that will be tolerated by your body. They will be microchipped into your system and will be retained into your system for as long as you are alive. Now, these capsules will send information about your location, state of health, and genetic information to a control system. So, from one location, every human on the surface of the earth can be tracked and monitored. With this human implant, your thoughts, actions, and emotions can be regulated from command center. This successful transformed free-thinking human beings to some kind of robot that God didn't make. Now, what is the point of this post of mine? If you read Genesis chapter 6, you will see the account of how angels came down from heaven and had sexual relations with the daughters of men and produced offsprings that were half men, half angels. These kids grew up to be giants. They populated the earth and perpetrated extreme accounts and extreme acts of evil and wickedness. They were hybrids and not the original seed that God created. So God had to send the flood to destroy the world. God did this and saved only Noah and his family because he seeks a godly seed. In the Bible, we are told about the mark of the beast, and God specifically warned us against taking the mark of the beast. I always wondered how Satan was going to pull this great feat of having people receive the mark. I dare say it is very clear now with this COVID 19 vaccination process Satan aimed to achieve this feat. Why is Bill Gates bent on making COVID-19 vaccination by force? I am a doctor. We never force any patient to receive any treatment. Before any procedure is carried out on a patient, informed consent is sought. A patient or his relative must sign you. Don't force a treatment, surgery, or vaccine on a patient. They want to make COVID-19 vaccination like the yellow card stuff for international travelers. Will you tender the card as evidence of being vaccinated against yellow fever? As Christians, we reject any form of forced vaccination, even though Satan does not play fair. He is not allowed to deceive the world to receiving the mark. God did not force us to become Christians. We approach and we preach, and those that accept choose to follow Jesus. Satan and his agents must come out openly to preach and win souls for their mark. They should not hide under COVID-19 vaccination and, in so doing, initiate folks into their kingdom. I will conclude by saying that the implication of receiving that mark is very dear, regretful, and destructive. Your eternal destination is sealed if you take the mark. God says in Revelation that all who take the mark will suffer eternal domination in the lake of fire. You have been warned. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Thank you for listening to this news. Viewers, please, I know we are in a very trial period and in a very tough time. Let us not allow this tough time to, to deny us of the presence of God, to deny us of, to break the relationship that we already have with God. You already know how you have been struggling to maintain this long time relationship with God. The sacrifice you have made, the penance, mention them. You have made a lot of sacrifice to keep to this relationship. And just because of uh, one vaccination, you will now ignorantly get yourself fixed with the devil. Please, this period is a trial period. Let us please use our senses. Let us not be deceived. This is not a question of being a learned or not learned. Use your senses. Don't be deceived. Don't allow yourself to be vaccinated. COVID-19 is a means the devil wants to use to get uh, souls for himself. The devil must not be allowed to succeed. Just like people will say that this world is coming to an end, and you can see this is the sign. So the devil is doing every means possible to win souls to himself because he knows that the children of God will not give him that chance to mark that number on their forehead when it comes to preach to them. If the devil really knows that he wants souls for himself, let him come down and preach to his people, not by trick. Not by trick. So please, my viewers, my brethren, and my brothers and sisters, let us be careful. Let us be mindful of this period. By the special grace of God, this issue of COVID-19 will die down and everybody will start living peacefully the way they used to. But meanwhile, even before that is done, let's try to maintain a truthful and sincere relationship with God. Let us hold God in high esteem. Let us go close to Him. I know that this has cost you so much, but don't worry. God is with you. So, what is your comment concerning this news? Don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.